Good morning, Academy 55. Here we are on Tuesday, the 7th of May, 2024. David Kahn here, taking you through some Academy 55 live trading for educational purposes only between the hours of 8 and 9 this morning, UK time. And before we begin, let's do a little bit of housekeeping. Going to turn it over to MT4, and I'll just take that off. And make sure you are on EURUSD on the 1 minute time frame. Your trade assistant is up and running with your all important 1% in the risk area, with your risk to reward button at purple, your lot calc button at purple, because if it wasn't, it wouldn't calculate the lot size you need for your account size. It will just go 0.01. So hopefully we're looking forward to a nice profitable week's trading after all drinking too much wine and going out over the bank holiday weekend here in the UK. Oh, sorry, that's just me. Okay. I hope you were too, though, or having a great time. Anyway, back to what we should be doing. And what we can see now is we are underneath the purple line, which shows us we're in a bit of a sell bias at the moment. Down here is drawn up some imbalance on the 4-hour time frame, which price needs to fill eventually. We'll wait to see what happens with that. And we've got some support and resistance lines that are fairly important, but points of interest nevertheless. If we've got enough volume to bounce or break through, if we get there at the time. So, and here we had a buy alert. Now I got in there. Now stop loss should be there where the red wave meets the green, but you have to be 2 pips away. So my 2 pips away just happened to be down there. But there we go. If you read on the right there, it's 59, and down there is 57. So 2 pips away, and a nice 2 to 1 if you were around at 20 to 7, 7:42 this morning UK time. It's nice to see so many people on with us today. Of course, the Academy 55 live premium members get to see this live, and everybody else will be watching the recording, which will be up in the back office sometime today. So here we are. We're waiting for a sell trade now, because that's the way it works. We got sell, buy, sell, buy. Next one's got to be a sell. And also the sell one means we're trading with the trend, because we got a sell trend bias because we're underneath the the purple line, which is a little bit of a better outcome than trading against the trend, although this one really worked really well before the purple line there. And so this is where we're at the moment, and it's 7:58 on Tuesday, the 7th of May. Hopefully everybody in the UK will be feeling a bit brighter today because the weather is improved. We've developed web feet over the last few months, it seems, but hopefully summer's here now. But that doesn't affect the trading. It is what it is. Trade what you see, not what you think. And I should be sticking with that, really, and getting on with that. So my next alert will be a sell alert, and I will act accordingly on that. So yeah, getting back to this one, here is where the green wave changed, and the trend line was certainly green. Had to put the stop loss there because it had to be 2 pips away from the the overall price, which takes ideally we'd like the stop loss to be there, but it had to be there because it had to be 2 pips away. So that's what happened, and as you can see, a 2-to-1 was made. So that was a nice sell off there as well. Somebody would have got a 2-to-1 for certain there, but that's for all those insomniacs here in the UK. 6:30 this morning. But now, as you can see, the 8 o'clock candle is producing a little bit of volume or a bit more of a buy, and possibly getting up to these levels here where we were at 6:30 this morning. That's a scenario that could be happening, because we have a little bit of imbalance on these candles here going down, and obviously they need to be filled at some stage. Depends what they want to do longer term. If they intend to, if the intent is to have a longer term strategy for bringing price up here, then they might prepare to leave that for a while and come back down here again and fill out this imbalance before going up. We don't know. Or they might intend to fill out this imbalance, but they need to fill out this imbalance straight away before turning around and doing so. Again, we don't know. All we know is these imbalances have to be filled out at some stage, but it's very much up to them. When I say them, are the bankers, how they would like to proceed. We don't know. We're just following in their footsteps, trading what we see, not what we think. But there's two different scenarios, and indeed there might be more news regarding the euro against the USD later on today. So they may well indeed progress in cumulative fashion the rest of the morning. That's another scenario that could happen. I don't know. We just follow the footprints. But there are definitely two scenarios that you could see, three scenarios now that could be unfolding. But we're here waiting to capitalize on any one of those scenarios. So let's have a little look at the FX option expires for 7th of May, 10 a.m. New York cut. Right. Now see how the price is respecting the purple line, which it does many times, like here, for example, and here for a longer example. This purple line is a very safe haven for that. But it's the average of 100 of these candles. No, sorry. No, I do apologize. No, 462 of these candles. And it's a line that price respects quite a lot. But here we are on a longer buy. Maybe they are going to be coming up to this area here before coming back down again. Or maybe a longer buy ensues. But whatever the case, unfortunately, if there is a longer buy ensuing, we can't act on that. I can only act on the next sell alert if it happens. I mean, there might be a scenario where we have a buy here and it lasts for a long time till after our trading hour. But it rarely does happen like that between 8 and 9. Usually there is a one or two chop and changes. But it is what it is. And we're here ready to act on whatever happens. There is, before you trade anytime, please get in the habit of looking at My Expert and Forex Factory. Let's just have a quick little look. The My Forex Factory, Tuesday the 7th, had an awful lot of red news for at 5:30 this morning for the Australian. Nothing to do, not much to do with us, I don't think. Then we had a bit of Euro news, so we haven't got much going on news-wise. So although we'd like to stay away from red flag news sometimes does make the charts move in an up and down movement, which we will like. So as you can see, tomorrow we have a French bank holiday, but that's only part of the Euros. So this is a small part of the Euro. It's not crucial. Anyway, let's get back to where the action is. So, Parallel has indeed respected that support and resistance line I drew up for myself on the 4 hour. It's respected that, and Parallel has flipped. So we might be getting a sell because we have been on a sell bias now for a little while. So they might be carrying that on and coming down here to maybe at least tap into this area down here. We shall see. But all the while, lying in wait. What you could do is you could go back to your MT4 and just check the lines out. Make sure things are running okay. I like to put it, lose that and put it like 2 pips. You can tell it's 2 pips by that number there where it says SL20, stop loss 20. That means 2 pips away from the entry. Take the lock off. So it goes up 2 pips away from the entry, wherever that may be. Because when you enter, because if you enter less than 2 pips away, you can't be certain of a 1% stop loss. That's why we say 2 pips away to be more or less sure of, just over 2 pips actually, 21, to be sure of your 1%. If you're any closer than that, the maths there, I don't think is that accurate. So you don't necessarily get a 1% move. You could find yourself getting if you're closer than that, like 1.1 pip away, for example, it goes down to 0.55. So make sure it's imperative making sure that you are getting your 1% stop loss, and you've got to be more than 2 pips away to maintain that. So coming back to this scenario, hence why stop loss was down there instead of, technically it should have been there. Stop loss was down there instead of there because it was 2 pips. Let's just take that off a minute. There we go. And so here we are, waiting for a possible trade. Notice how price goes up there to mitigate that imbalance there. There's a little bit of imbalance down here. Just this little bit here. A very, very small piece that price might need to go down. Well, like I said, we don't know when. It all depends, but I wouldn't be. We're here lying in wait, and if we get a bit more volume for a sell, although, yeah, things could happen quite quickly because this is usually the time of the day where a little bit more volume is injected because London's just opened. So a little bit more volume could be injected into the candles. But we're here lying in wait regardless. So I'm going to put my MT4 on now and change my conditions, hit the R to change from a sell to, let's see, if you click the R, I'm now in buy mode. Click the R again, I'm now in sell mode with the stop loss being there. If you click the R, you're in buy mode with the stop loss being down there. So I want to be on sell mode because the next, like I said, the next alert I will be having is a sell alert. But rather than just keep this like this, why did I move that? Yeah, we're having sideways action at the moment. Maybe making up their mind what they want to do and when they want to do it. Red ribbon just arriving here. Parallels are above. So we could be in a scenario where we might have to try and act fairly quickly. Right, we have a sell. Take the lines off at the minute. I'll put the lines back on. That's what I want to do. I want to move that away. Move that down to just over 2 pips. Because this is, I'd like to put my stop loss on where the wave, anticipating where the green wave turns to the red. But I've got to be 2 pips away. Right. And if you notice there, I've I've got to a sell limit by mistake. So take it off again, and you're back where you should be. Yeah, I mistakenly put it onto a sell limit. Obviously, I don't want a sell limit. I want to manually place the trade. So if that happens, just take the lines off and put them back on again. Right, we've got a sell alert. I'm 2 pips away. This is ideally where I want to put my price, my stop loss, where the green wave meets the red, but I'm waiting for a green trend line. And so I need price to go a bit lower, but it's not too hard to imagine that that can happen fairly quickly. But at the same time, I've got to wait for the green line, the green trend line to turn red. The wave has just started to turn red, but shenanigans going backwards and forwards. Nothing concrete as yet, but things could happen within a minute or two. It really can happen that fast because we're on the minute time frame, so it's not too difficult to understand that. So we're waiting. I've got my I'm be assured of more than 2 pips away from wherever we enter. But technically, I want to put the stop loss there if we ever get down to these areas down here. But like I say, more accumulation is hugging that purple line again. See, but we have imbalance down here. If you look at the candle, and the cursor, sorry, we have imbalance down here. So we know price needs to get there at some stage to fill out that imbalance. But when it's going to do it, it's up to them. In the meantime, we are hugging the purple line a little bit more at the moment. And now the parabolic SAR is flipped below price. So price has to come down to at least here to flip the parabolic SAR back in our favor for a sell. So it may well be I was too quick to the table. So we'll put it back onto the trading view at the minute. And indeed, a higher buy might be taking place, especially if they get over this line and this line. It's the way it goes. It is what it is. even though nothing much is happening at the moment, one has to be prepared to act fairly quickly, because it wouldn't be hard to imagine that you can get like 5 pips in one candle, which in effect would bring it down to, well, to there all of a sudden within one candle. That's not an impossibility. So if that does happen, it changes everything, and then you're all of a sudden you're in sell mode. So although don't be tempted to think, oh, go and put the kettle on or whatever. You can do that after you've made the trade. As we got imbalance down here that needs to be filled. And like I say, we have a little bit of imbalance here and here that need to be filled as well. Depends when they want to do it. That's if only there was an indicator to tell you when they wanted to do that, we would be millionaires. But all this here is accumulation. See how it respected that support and resistance line I drew up? Again, it's maybe looking for enough volume to break that for higher buys going up to here and beyond. Maybe it's resisting that and then building up enough sell orders to come back down to this area here. We don't know. We're just waiting to see the different scenarios that could happen. That's why that's why I want you guys to trade in chunks of 1 hour at a time, because as you appreciate, even though a lot's not going on, you still got to stay fairly focused. Because like I say, things could happen all of a sudden. The price could be down here, or we're into a sell. Like this could be brewing up now. So I'll go back to my MT4, put my lines on, make sure I'm more than 2 pips away. Now here's where I want to, here's where I want to put my stop loss eventually. I'm waiting for the trend line to turn green. Oh, sorry, the trend line to turn red. It's green already at the moment. And the sell alert has disappeared, but it could be back very, very quickly. Things can happen very, very quickly. So you have to be prepared. So some of what I could do now is lock my stop loss, put it on there, because that's where I want it to go, where the green makes the red. And now I'm waiting for the trend line to turn red. Then I'll be in for a sell. But we noticed we have imbalance that needs filling, but that's not to say it's going to do it now. It could do it later on. hopefully after we've got our 2-to-1, if we ever get into a trade. Parallel are now is flipped above price. I'll unlock my stop loss, put it to over 2 pips away, which is up there. Just in case the trend line does turn red, I can be assured of my 1%, because I think that trend line is going horizontal now. That could go red at any time now, especially if we get a deeper candle now, sell candle. Got a red volume ribbon, a red sell alert, red wave, looking for a red trend line, which could happen very, very soon. There's where my stop loss should be, but I'm 2 pips away from entry. That's more important to assure my 1%. Now my stop loss goes up there. The trend line is red. I'm in the trade. I'm in a trade now. So the only thing is we got imbalance here that needs to be filled, but it depends. That's the trade there. I'm more than 2 pips away from my entry. 2.2 actually, because you can see it there, 22, 2.2. So hopefully we're going to have a deeper sell taking place now. Trend line is red, as you can see. Volume is red. Parabolic SAR is way above price. Trend line's just turning. Oh, there we go. It's fluctuating from red to green. So we need a bit more of a volume push now to hopefully go down to our 2-to-1. What I'll do now is I'll draw that same scenario up on TradingView. Get my short position. That's where I got into the trade there. Stop loss is there. That means my 2-to-1 would be down there. And that's equal. Well, the take profit is equal with that imbalance there. So if they do intend to come down to fill out these imbalances, take profits in the way. But as you can see, things are going a bit awry at the minute. Let's just oh, been taken out. Didn't quite get up to there, but it took me out regardless. That must be commission, which is an awful shame, but yeah. But this trade is still valid at the minute, even though we got taken out. We still got a sell alert. Oh, we had a bit of a difference there, look. Right. Well, as you can see, price is accumulating around here. As far as I can tell, there is at the moment, as it is at the moment, there is a big risk of this accumulation keeping happening. I've lost 1% at the minute, and price action, what I'm seeing rather large swathe of accumulation. So I really don't like the way it's boiling up at the minute because of all this accumulation I'm seeing. So I would prefer, I can trade one more time today to try and get my 1% for the day, because if you win a 2 to 1, that's indeed what you could do. Still, with one more trade, if you win that. But I'm seeing a lot of accumulation here at the minute. So I would consider myself a little bit easier to come back later on today, because that's coming down to fill that out. More accumulation could ensue. So I don't know. I guess we could stay on a bit longer. But, you know, all this accumulation here doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence that we're going, because they're still making their mind up which way to go, one way or the other. There's nothing really transparent which way we're going. It's not. I've been in more transparent situations, and this ain't one of them. So I'll stay on for another couple of minutes, but if we carry on like this, I don't know. Just coming out to fill out imbalance there. But obviously that line there was a pretty important resistance line, because it resisted it once, twice. So that could be, as of right now, that's an area that there's not enough volume to get over at the minute. And there doesn't seem to be a lot of volume to do anything at this moment in time. We've already taken out a one trade. But I do know there's an imbalance down here, just below where I got the trade assistant, that needs to be filled. But at the same time, we're seeing all this. These are imbalances, of course, that need to be filled as well. And all the time, the parabolic SAR is coming closer to showing me. It's also a sign that's saying there's less volume in any move. And indeed, it wouldn't be hard to see that this candle would envelop that parabolic SAR, to flip it down again, and then maybe carry on for a bigger buy. But I'm at the same time seeing all this accumulation here, so it's not giving you not right. Hang on. Let's see. Price gets below here. Maybe I might be tempted to go for and take another sell. We will see. Of course, price has to go there where the wave changed color. But we're seeing lots of these are indecision candles, where the wick is above and the wick below. Even that one, even though it's a small wick, is still in indecision. So I'm not seeing nothing concrete to say there's going to be a deeper sell. The anticipation here we had of a sell, a volume for the sell to get our 2 to 1 was short-lived, unfortunately. So I've got one more trade left. and indeed I will trade later on today to be able to do that, because what I'm seeing here is just pure accumulation, indecisiveness, and I don't want to be trading in those conditions. One more trade, I want to be a bit more certain, well, not certain, but a bit more of a probability of a trade going the way I want it to go. All I'm seeing here with these candles is wicks above, wicks below, indecision, nothing concrete going on. So with that, I would like to say goodbye for now, and we'll come back again tomorrow. And I'll be trading one more time today, maybe, or maybe even not. You know, it doesn't don't have to trade if you don't feel it's indicative of. But I'll have a look at the charts later on and see how I feel about that. So thanks very much for all being on today, and we'll speak soon. Cheers. Okay, then. So the time is now 18:45 in the evening. I've waited all this time. Well, basically because of family life, I had to go and do things. Didn't have any time. But now I've seen another trade. I think I'm going to go in for a sell on this one. So indeed, I'm going to be pushing sell. And here we are waiting for price to get down to this on the US 100 on the minute time frame. Got your sell alert. Volume ribbon is red. Trend is red. That's where the stop loss is. And now I'm waiting to possibly go just below there. I'm going to put this on TradingView so we can watch it there as well. So this is just double checking. Just got in there. So indeed, get the short tool just in there. That's where I was. Up to there. Don't need that. Brings my 2-to-1 all the way down to there, which looks about right. Let's get the right image. Desktop. Be about right there. But that's there like that. Bring that down like that. Ooh. Go back and have a look. As you can see, while I was setting that up, I've already won the trade. Sorry about that. But as you can see, I took the trade, and yeah, I got in there 2-to-1. Let's see if I can do some. No, I can't do. Well, let me do that on not on MT4. But yeah, so that's how quick it can be sometimes. While I was setting up, I was in the trade. I got in there. So 1, 2, 3 minutes. That is That is the fastest trade I have done to date, but that's how fast it can be, especially on the US 100. US 100, also known as the NAS 100, that will give you lots of volume, especially at this time of the night. So thanks very much for watching, and cheers for now. Bye.